Hey, it's Travis Miller here with the Florida Rum Society in the Accidental Jibe with the Appleton Estate 17 Legend. And gonna do a little experiment. Gonna make Mai Tai. Actually, we're gonna make two Mai Tais. Because something I noticed when I was looking at the box, it's a beautiful box, they have a little Mai Tai recipe. The Mai Tai recipe they give here is 2 ounces of the rum, a half an ounce of lime juice, half an ounce of curacao, and a half an ounce of orgeat. Now, when I make my Mai Tais, probably like you, I use 3/4 of an ounce of lime juice. And so I'm kind of curious about that, and I would love to try the spec that they put on the box, but I also want to try using my own traditional proportions. And so I figured I'd make 2 versions, one with, their way and one my way, and then we'll try them. Also, that will be the first time I'm trying the rum. First time that I'm trying the rum in a Mai Tai, and so give me a chance to share my impressions of the rum in a Mai Tai, because I know a lot of people are asking that question, like, should you use it in a Mai Tai? Is it worth it? And I'll give you my honest opinion. All right, well, let's start with the lime juice, since that's the differentiator. And I'm going to use, this side is going to be the half an ounce, and this side is going to be the 3/4 of an ounce, okay? So we'll start with the half an ounce here. This is fresh squeezed strained lime juice from limes grown here in our yard. Very excited, very fresh. It'll be amazing. And here's the 3/4. And other than that, that's the only difference. I'm gonna be using the Latitude 29 from Orgeat Works. I like this one. I also really like the Liber & Co. Orgeat, but I'm gonna use this tonight, and I'm gonna use the same in both, because I don't wanna have too many variables flying around. This one has it's clear, unlike most Orgeats, but I still think it works very well. And I think we can trust Latitude 29 to make a good Mai Tai. They certainly are delicious there. So I find this works well here at my bar. And then the curacao, I'm using the Pierre Ferrand. And again, half an ounce in each. All right, now it's time for the rum. This is probably, I don't know if it's the most expensive Mai Tai. It might be, certainly is gonna be up there though. Probably the most expensive one I've had, so I'll be very careful. It's excellent, it's spectacular. I haven't even tried this neat yet. I'm surprised, but very careful. You didn't lose a drop. All right. Let's not mix them up. All right, so this is our half ounce lime juice. This is our 3/4 ounce lime juice. Yeah, have 2 different glasses. One's a little smaller than the other. We all know that a 1/4 ounce of a crucial ingredient can make a big difference. So we're gonna see what that difference is today. Top this up some ice. Crushed ice, I use the Opal. Pebble ice, nugget ice. I like it. Float of lime shell. And some beautiful mint. Not from my garden, unfortunately. I wish this mint was from my yard. That would be, and we all wish we had mint like this in our yard. All right, here we are. This one here, this is the recipe from the back of the box. Give it a taste. Well, first of all, that rum speaks boldly and assertively in that drink. It is phenomenal. I've never had a Mai Tai where the rum came through that confidently. That's an altogether different drink, and I don't mean to overstate it, but that was a fantastic sip. That was with a half ounce of lime juice. Let's try with the 3/4 ounce here. Oh, geez, I might lose some friends over this. This is a problem. I acknowledge that, because there are a lot of very well-respected recipes that call for 3/4 ounce of lime juice. I prefer my drinks drier than sweeter, so I really expected to naturally prefer the drier version of this. In this scenario, this is coming out more balanced by dialing back the citrus, dialing back the lime. It lets the rum shine through more. And when you're dealing with, a $500 bottle of rum, letting that rum shine through, I think, is important and necessary. In that case, I think I have to give the selection here to the recipe printed on the box. And so if you're going to make just one Mai Tai with this, and we're going to follow my advice, which is up to you, I would probably recommend doing, following the box and using just half an ounce of lime juice. Nevertheless, we're going to drink both of these and enjoy both of these. Thanks for hanging out with me. All right, I'm back here post Mai Tai with a few final thoughts and tasting notes. I also went ahead and did do some neat tasting. So one note I want to share with you, one thought. Jennifer and I were tasting the Mai Tais, and she pointed out actually that as the Mai Tais mellowed a little bit, as the dilution increased, as the ice melted, that the traditional formula with the 3/4 ounce of lime juice sort of started to become the leader. So on the initial taste, we both agreed that the half ounce of lime juice was the better choice. But then after a few minutes sitting there, dilution kicked in, and the 3/4 ounce lime juice kind of became the leader. Then also, naturally, after the Mai Tais, we decided to start tasting the rum. We went ahead, we of course tasted the 17, the Legend, also tasted the 12 and the 8 and the 15 and the 21. This is completely different than any of these. Really, the character is very different from the character of any of these others. Of course, I'm thankful for that, because I really wouldn't want this to just be a slightly different version of these. I want this to be something really special and unique, and it is. This was a standout. Having said that, though, I feel like this is not stratospherically better than other rums that I've had. I think it's excellent, but I think it's excellent like other rums that I've had. In fact, it really was reminiscent of St. Lucian rum, some like single barrel selections from Chairman's Reserve, to say a specific example that for me it was reminiscent of. And I pulled out the bottles and started tasting against and said, yeah, these are like in the same neighborhood. It was very, very heavy, right? Very oily, very rich. Of course, all the notes that you would expect to be there, the orange and the clove and the vanilla and the leather and the tobacco, all of that was there. It's present in all of these. But beyond that, for me, it was more rich, it was more pungent, it was heavier, it was funkier, and it was a little darker. I really liked it, but then it started like ringing these bells of familiarity for me, which brought me back to, this is an almost done bottle of Chairman's Reserve that was a barrel pick. And so now I have no idea what the original Wray and Nephew 17 tasted like. I never tried it. Obviously, I think it's a beautiful rum. I'll trust that it's a beautiful replication of the original Wray and Nephew 17. But in terms of, is it unique in the sense that it's unlike anything else that's available? No, I don't think it is, because I think it's similar to other rums that are available today. But I also would recommend, if you can get it, I recommend getting a bottle and doing that contemplating and exploration yourself, comparing it to bottles that you already have in your collection, and thinking about maybe making your own blends and how can you recreate this yourself once these bottles are all gone. I think it's useful, I think it's powerful, I think it's beautiful. Here's the really big sort of, if you want to say, the epiphany, right? The aha. It made me start to rethink the kind of rum that I would use in a Mai Tai, right? If you're like me, you probably use Appleton 12 in a Mai Tai, right? This is very different than Appleton 12. And so, like, this isn't really like the rum I would normally use in a Mai Tai. And so tasting this on its own and then having it in the Mai Tai, where, remember I told you it was very assertive, very confident. I think of it as like broad-shouldered, like it comes through, it makes its presence known, it speaks in the drink, which is fantastic. It makes me think about, you know, when this bottle is ultimately done, it will make me recalibrate and reconsider what kinds of rums I'll use in my Mai Tai. So, all right, that's it for me. Thank you. See ya.